Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Iman, and today, as you guys can see from the title, I will be doing my first FaithMate Q&A with our topic as forgiveness, and I have a special guest with me, and she is
Katelyn. Hey you guys, welcome to FaithMate. I hope that you all are inspired and we forgive some people today.
Okay, so our topic today is forgiveness. So if you would like to see us talk and discuss about forgiveness, please continue to watch. Katelyn, tell them a little bit about yourself. Like, how do we know each other? How did you when or how did you begin your faith journey?
We grew up together. We went to middle school.
Yeah, middle school. Started in middle school.
Yeah, started in middle school, high school, and we continued to keep in touch since then, and we are still friends. My faith journey started a few years ago. I would say like 5-6 years ago, really strongly. So yeah, that's just about it, like the gist of me.
Okay, so our topic, forgiveness. So first we're going to discuss what is forgiveness. When we think about forgiveness, what does it mean to us? So you want to go first or I go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Since I'm a guest.
Okay.
Since you just so graciously had me. Forgiveness for me, in my mind, I think forgiveness is releasing resentment, any type of negative emotions towards a situation or a person that may be harbored, even if you don't even realize it. That's the gist for me that I grasp for forgiveness. I think there also are different forms of forgiveness. I think you can forgive yourself. I think God can forgive you. I think you can forgive God in that sense, which I don't know. That's just me. And I think you can also forgive other people and events and situations. So that's me. What's your take on it?
Okay, I think that forgiveness is, I definitely agree with what you said, but I feel like forgiveness is like getting rid of like any like bitterness, like after the fact. Like you can just say that you forgive, which we'll get into that, but like we can just say that we forgive, but like truly deep down, like like believing and getting rid of that bitterness like in your heart towards that person, person, I guess, because we forgive people. Okay, but yeah, that's what I think it is. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, because we didn't get many questions, but
we got enough to work with.
Yeah, so we really we're gonna just discuss it and kind of go along, you know what I'm saying, but feel free to comment down below if you have any follow-up questions or anything that you like to say. So yeah, so you want to read our first question?
Yeah. So the first question is, How do we truly know forgiveness has taken place? I really like this question.
This is a really good question.
You want to start?
Okay. I think so how do you know that forgiveness has truly taken place? I feel like if you can like look at that person, or look at something, or like see them, or see like what they're doing in their life, and you don't feel like this what's the word, you don't feel like this, like this anger towards them, like like if you truly forgive them, like you don't feel like that, or you don't feel like, oh, like they're doing this da 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 da, and like I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just like you just don't feel like that anger towards them to be like, oh well, or you continue to think about that situation, like you don't still harbor that, like what happened, you know what I'm saying? You're just glad that they're doing well, like so yeah, that's what I think.
I definitely agree. To add on to that point, I also think is potentially having peace. When you like see that person or come around that person or think about that event, I think when you involve God into your forgiveness process, God will give you a godly peace that you will not be able to understand, that will just allow you to surrender any of those harbored emotions that, like I said, you won't be able to understand it, but you'll look back at the event or the person, and sometimes you won't even know what you were actually angry about. And I think that may be a good sign as to that you actually forgave the person or the situation.
I agree. I don't have anything to add. But I agree. Yeah. Okay. How do you move forward after you have forgiven a person for a situation? Let's see.
That's a good one too.
Yes. How do you move forward? I guess, okay, I think that, obviously forgiveness is a process. It's like not something that's just gonna happen like right after the situation. Like it's not like, oh, I forgive them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you still gonna be hurt about stuff, but I feel like you have to like tell yourself like every day, like I forgave them. Like, like if you, this like kind of going back to the other one, like if you see them like doing something, or or like, because this could be like your friends too, like this doesn't just have to be somebody that you like are done like with like completely, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see them, like, and you think about the situation that happened and what hurt you, like you can just continue to tell yourself, I've forgiven them. I just like think like it's just a continual, like it's a mental thing, honestly, and it's like
a heart thing.
Yeah, a heart thing. Like for you to like just continue to tell yourself and remind yourself like you forgiving them, like, and like I said, it's not something that's gonna happen like instantly. Like you just have to continue to tell yourself and like allow yourself to heal. Yeah,
that's actually a really great point, that it is a daily process. And I think people honestly forget that. Like sometimes we're like, oh, like, I forgive this person, and you think like in a snap of a finger it's done, and it's like, nope. It's not like this is a constant work. I have to remind myself every single day, I forgive this person, or at least I want to forgive this person. I have the heart intention to forgive this person, and it comes. But for me, answering that specific question, what was it?
How do you move forward after you say you have, like, after you've forgiven somebody? How do you continue to move forward?
How do you move forward? For me, I just want to really, I keep going back to like not harboring those emotions, because I really feel like that's what holds you back from even being able to move forward. I think once you get to that place, moving forward, it's just like it's a pebble in a lake. Honestly, like it makes a small difference. And I think it seems like a big sum of the equation, but it's really not. What you do before that step actually makes that process and that step so much easier. And like Mia said, some of these people that you forgive are still in your life, and if you don't release those emotions or at least have those conversations with them, you won't be able to take a step forward. So that's my answer for that. I don't know if it really truly answers it, but that's the answer.
I think that it hinders the relationship. Like you said, like you can't really move forward. Like I think it definitely hinders the relationship, because like when y'all have a disagreement or when y'all have like confrontation or something, like you're thinking about something old, like something that's already happened that you supposedly forgave them for. You're thinking about that, and that is causing you to be like more angry and more bitter and resent them more than like you should. Because yeah, like it probably was something small, like what I'm saying, not saying like what happened, like not like disregarding people's feelings, but like what I'm saying, like what the initial confrontation was about, like it probably was something small, but now you're adding like more stuff to it that wasn't like the cause of the situation.
I mean, I guess a way to move forward after forgiveness takes place would be to have a conversation about what got you to the place that led to the hurt, to make sure it doesn't happen again. To implement steps with your friends, and this, I guess this goes for people that are in your life, so family and friends, classmates,
significant others.
What are the people that work with you?
Coworkers.
Coworkers. Just people that are in your daily life. Have those conversations with them, to make sure that the things that caused you hurt in the past are avoided. On both ends, because sometimes it's just a lack of communication. So I guess that could be my answer.
I think that's too, like forgiveness, like in like relationships like that we are like born into, like in like family. That's what I'm really saying. Forgiveness and family is like a thing, like what I'm saying, because like it's like we're family, so it's just like I just have to forgive them, like or we're just family, so I have to like, or like disregard it, like what I'm saying. But it's just like at the end of the day, like your feelings matter, like it's not
that's under the rug.
Yes, so it's just like your family, like it's like we're family, but at the end of the day, like we're gonna get hurt by some of the things that each other say sometimes, and like that's like gonna require healing, that's gonna require forgiveness within like the family. Because honestly, like so many families like today like are so like messed up because of like situations that happened like so long ago, and more than likely it's between like the older, so like the greats, like the grandmas and stuff like that, like it's between them, and they had this going like for years, and they honestly don't even know why they mad no more. Like you said, they just upset. So I think family forgiveness is definitely an important thing. Like if you have an issue, like y'all need to communicate, discuss it. Like Katelyn said, it could be a miscommunication, like more than likely that's what it was, because like as a family, like you generally love them, like you want the best for them and stuff, like you're not intentionally trying to hurt them. So yeah, I definitely think like communication, like and family forgiveness is important.
And I just want to like preface this communication is like, I think that's it could be a broad term, and it can be very subjective. And I don't want to take like people's like pain like loosely, but the idea behind that is just that you don't know what other people are going through, just like they don't know what you're going through. And hurt people, which means just like you're hurt and you may be acting out of your emotions, they may be hurt and acting out of their emotions. That's miscommunication, that they're not understanding your pain and you're not understanding their pain. That is bringing in miscommunication, that is bringing in more pain and a disconnect and a divide in the relationship. So yeah, just wanted to state that.
Another thing that
Forgiving people who haven't apologized.
Okay, we can go into that. I can't remember. Like, it'll probably come back to me. But yeah,
I know it was a good one, man. I know it.
It always be the good stuff. Like you can't remember. Like, okay, so yeah, forgiving people that haven't apologized. How do you feel about that?
No apology. Forgiveness. What? I'm just playing. Honestly, sometimes, not even sometimes, 9 times out of 10, for your own sanity and for your own peace, you are going, in this lifetime, you are going to forgive people who don't give you an apology. And the reality is, apologies are great, but apologies are not necessarily owed to you. And I hate to say that. Forgiveness, and more so, is something that is a inner work within yourself. It, like we mentioned in the beginning, that it brings you peace. It's you releasing your harbored emotions for the situation. It actually has nothing to do at all with that person, because your internal emotions literally does not it doesn't affect the other person. I mean, it affects people around you by the way that you treat them, because you have harbored emotions that, I mean, I would say could make you mean, bitter. But for the most part, it affects no one but you. So yeah, I think forgiveness without an apology, it sucks, but it's necessary. And a lot of things are necessary that sucks. Paying bills suck. It's necessary.
I agree. I definitely agree that, like, you know, you're not owed an apology. Like, people, like, you know, most of the time people won't, like she said, 90% of the time, like, people are not going to apologize to you. That, like, you just have to forgive for your sake. I definitely agree with that, because you will walk around here bitter. I guess for me, this, like, in my situation, like, which I'm not, it's okay, like, we'll talk about this. I had to forgive my dad. Like, my dad didn't, when I did forgive him at first, like, he didn't apologize to me at first, like, but then, like, he did apologize. He did apologize, but I had to forgive him because I realized of how it was hindering me. Like, I was carrying this bitterness. Like, honestly, I didn't even know that it was, like, unconscious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not just towards him, but towards, like, men in, like, general. Like, I just felt like that I was just holding on to the situation. And then at the end of the day, I can't turn back time of how, of, you know, him not being there as when I was little as a child. Like, you know, I can't turn back the time. I had to realize that, like we said before, you gotta continue to, in order to move forward, you can't continue to hold on to that stuff. Is for you. And yeah, I just had to, you know, let that go and understand, like, all I can do is forgive him and then continue to move. In order to continue to move forward is just to like work on our relationship, you know. And it wasn't like he was not willing to work on our relationship, but yeah, just for us to continue to move forward, like in order for me to like truly forgive and let go, I had to let that go. I had to, you know, forgive him, like without like, yeah, that didn't make sense, but y'all understand.
No, that did make sense. You released, you let go, and you got some peace and healing.
Right.
And for one, I'm proud of you because of that. And I think that really shows strength. I think honestly, forgiveness takes strength, and Mia just proved that. Forgiveness hurts. The things that we have to forgive, it hurts. It really does hurt. And I think sometimes people think forgiving means that the situation is okay, or you're telling that person what they did to you is okay. And that is not at all what you're telling that person. It is only you saying you are letting go and you are releasing the emotions, the negative emotions that have harbored your body, harbored your spirit, harbored you, and honestly have controlled you from that moment on. And you are no longer going to be taken captive of that. So yeah, peace, freedom comes with healing. I think a part of being able to forgive is being able to have a little bit of empathy for the person that you are forgiving. I know everybody sometimes has this thing where we always say we won't do this, we won't do that, or we won't do this. And the reality is we never know because we are never in anyone else's shoes. And honestly, forgiving somebody, you feel like you're forgiving somebody for a crime that you didn't commit, but you don't know where their mental state was, and you don't know if you'll ever do that to another person that you loved. Mm-hmm. And the reality is, if you ever did that to somebody that you loved, you would want that same forgiveness. Mm-hmm. So I think it's putting yourself sometimes just a little bit in somebody else's shoes, just for a small second, to say, would I want this? And the answer always is yes. So yeah,
I agree with putting yourself in their shoes, like definitely, because like, you know, like you don't know what they were going through during that time, like what they did, like it hurts you, yes, like, but like I'm pretty sure like they wasn't their intention to hurt you. Like some people, like, okay, like some people they really be out to hurt you, but if it's somebody like your family, your friends, like the people that you love and the people that love you and care about you, is more than likely not their intention to hurt you. And you sometimes have to put yourself and think, oh well maybe why would they do that? Like just think about it from their point of view, like, and see like, oh well, you know, it wasn't their intention to hurt me, you know what I'm saying? However, it did hurt you, so therefore you have to, you know, forgive them for that. But yeah, like I feel like you like truly and genuinely love somebody, like it's easier to forgive, like, but at the same time, like you don't expect people that you love to hurt you, so that can like be tough, like, so yeah.
That's good.
But that's true, you really don't expect people that you love to hurt you, like, and I literally this has nothing to do with forget, well, it kind of does. Okay, so we don't expect the people to that we love to hurt us, because like we build this expectation up for them, and we don't realize the high expectations that we put on them until after they've hurt us. It's just like, wow, like, you know, I didn't think that you could hurt me like that, like, or something like that. And it's just like, we have to stop putting such high expectations on people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only person that will never disappoint us, never let us down, is God. Like, and that's the honest truth. Like we can't, we gotta stop putting our trust and our faith and our hope in people, because you will get disappointed. Like they're not gonna meet your expectations. So yeah,
that is absolutely true. I couldn't have said it better myself. I could have not said it better myself. But I will say also off of that, God, I don't want people to think like, oh, like I can't like have expectations for people. You can, just don't put people like at
this high standard. Yes, yeah.
Like, God, like Mia said, like the only God needs to be at the top tier. Only God. No human being even needs to be close. Because we all make mistakes. Every last one of us, we make mistakes. We are still learning. We fall short every single time. You put us to a test, we most likely are gonna fail. And it's not because we don't love, it's just because that is just our nature. So yeah, don't put humans to that standard.
Don't do it. I'm trying to see what else. Do you have like a example or something that you or situation?
For me, I would say God has actually been working on my heart for like a few years. I would say, yeah, like a few years actually, to forgive a person, a particular person. And they gave me some information that I did not want, that completely altered my life. And I kept saying, you know, I forgive this, I forgive this, I forgive this. And I did not forgive it. And I was praying to God, and actually just the other day I was reading, and I feel like God really just placed it in my heart and just gave me a revelation. And basically God revealed to me that ultimately we all make mistakes and we all fall short, and not to hold people to certain standards. And I held this person to a very, very high standard based off of a lot of things. And also put it on my heart that I also do the exact same thing. The only difference is I've never actually affected anybody by it, but if I keep going the wrong way, I actually will. And something about that brought me so much peace to just forgive her and release the situation, because I was able to put myself in her shoes. Because she is human, and we all make mistakes. And you can harbor something. And I feel like ultimately what that showed me is, for one, you can ask God for forgiveness and God can be leading you to forgiveness. And if you are not willing to take it, then it's a closed door. So yeah, some things do take years to heal, but this is just me. God is a mighty God, and God works miracles. So if you ask God to heal something, or you ask God to bring forgiveness in your life, there are times where God will instantly bring forgiveness in your life, and it's not a constant day-to-day working thing. So have your ears open and actually be obedient to what God may be leading you to, for you to actually forgive a situation to have that peace, because you have to be led to certain things and you have to be open to things to actually get what you're asking for. And if my heart was not in the place where it was, I would have never been able to forgive her, and I would have never received the peace that I got ultimately. And that's my story.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like we as Christians, we are supposed to, you know, as daily, you know, for God to purify our hearts and renew our minds, you know, like continually. And I think that will aid in a lot of forgiveness, like, you know, for people. Like, you know, if your heart is pure, you're able to, you know, like forgive people, like, you know, like, yeah, forgive them. And also, like, God forgives us all the time. We be doing some crazy stuff, and God is so forgiving. And it's just like we expect God to show us his grace and mercy and forgive us, and we can't do the same thing. It's just like, make it make sense. But like, yeah, I feel like it will become easier once you realize that God forgives me all the time for the littlest things and the most grandest things, you know. And I can't even forgive this person for this. It's just like, it's not adding, it's not mathing. That's what it said. It's not mathing. But yeah, I feel like if we well, God will convict you anyway, but like, if we truly want to forgive people, like, I think that we need to like revert back to God and how forgiving God he is, you know, and how, you know, if we want him to forgive us, we need to be able to forgive other people. So, you
know. Like, how many times do you forgive somebody?
How many times you forgive somebody until it's enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, first of all, like, I feel I can't really put a number to it, but I feel like if you continue to okay, first of all, this is if you forgave him like maybe 1-2 times, and then y'all talking about it, because at some point, like, you got to talk to them about it, because it's just like you continue to do the same thing, like what's going on. And I feel like after you had that conversation and y'all talked about it, and they agreed, and they has said out their mouth that, you know, I won't do it again. I won't try to do it again, because you can't really say you won't do something again, because, like, again, we're not perfect. But you can say I won't try, and you can put in the effort towards not trying to do it again. However, if y'all had that conversation and you forgiven them a couple of times and they continue to still do that, at that point, like, I just feel like it's not worth it. Like just, it's time to, I don't know, cut them off, or not necessarily cut them off. Well, maybe, because at that point it just seems like they don't necessarily care about how you feel, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I just feel like after just a couple of times, like, and after y'all have discussed about it, and they understand and they know that they're doing it, then I feel like that's enough time. But honestly, we're meant to forgive anyway. But I mean, maybe like cut them off, but still forgive them. How about that? Because then, like, you won't have to deal with it no more. But, you know,
I definitely am on the same lines as you. Forgiveness and boundaries, please.
Boundaries.
Because we should not be creating situations where somebody has access to us to keep hurting us. Ooh. Especially in the same ways. Like Mia said, we're not going to keep having the same conversation. You keep saying that you're going to do better, you're going to try to do better, and try to put forth the effort to change your actions on something that is hurting me, and I'm vocalizing to you that it's hurting me. And I'm forgiving you. We keep having this back and forth. Yeah.
Boundaries. That is a definitely an important thing. Like, creating boundaries in, like, all your relationships, not just like with your family, your friends, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like that, it eliminates a lot of like oncoming rather problems like in the relationship, and it allows you to not, like we said, like to continue to have to repeat like and like go through like situations like that you've already been through. Process, like I said, like most things are processes. But yeah, like continue to tell yourself, you know, eventually, and truly forgive, like in your heart, like not just like, you know, just going through emotions and saying it. Like it's going to hurt, like going through like everything, like, and you're just like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying, like revisiting that hurt. And but you know, in order for you to truly and genuinely heal yourself, like and forgive them in your heart, and not just be talking out your mouth, then you have to, like, you know, you have to go through that. You know, you have to relive that.
And
but
it's so worth it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, in the end, like you're gonna have this like great amount of peace. This overwhelming piece that, you know, you're like, wow, like that wasn't so bad. Was it? It was bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. You're like, oh, that wasn't so bad, you know, because you're gonna realize that
it shaped you.
Yep. And you grew, like, you know, you needed to go through that in order to yeah, like to grow. Like you needed to go through that in order to grow and to mature, because forgiving is the mature thing, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's not for the immature. Like you can't be out here, you know, doing whatever and then think, oh, you know. But yeah, it's definitely a mature thing. So yeah, yeah, I think that's it. Do you have like any other thoughts or anything?
No, but thank you for having me to talk about forgiveness.
I'm glad you came and talked to me about forgiveness. Yeah, like this is nice. She definitely will be back, and you will be seeing more of us together.
Yes,
so, but be on the lookout for that. I ain't gonna tell y'all. We're not gonna tell y'all, but y'all, some of y'all might know, but I ain't gonna. We ain't gonna tell y'all.
It's a secret for the most part.
Yes. But yeah, thank you for coming to FaithMate. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this, and I hope it gave y'all some type of insight and things to implement in your journey of, you know, forgiveness. And if you have any questions, or if you have any concerns that you would want to talk about, comment down below. And yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video.
Bye.
Hey.